Welcome to Master the Game. I am Juice, and today we are going to be talking about one of my favorite things about Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and that is Pathfinder's Versatile Heritages. We're going to be talking about the Changeling in particular in today's video. So let's get started. Anybody can choose a versatile heritage. A versatile heritage is something that you can place on top of a normal ancestry. But when you do this, you can't take a heritage from that ancestry. Examples would be like if you were a dwarf, you could put Changeling on top of that, but you can't choose any of the heritages underneath the dwarf. Now what this does is it's going to allow you to take feats for the Changeling, as well as any of the feats for a dwarf, as long as it doesn't have another heritage's prerequisite. The thing I really love about this is that you can do this with any ancestry. It allows so many different combinations between ancestries and heritages, and I think it really opens the game up to a lot of possibilities. So the Changeling is a heritage normally I would not take. I'm not into a lot of deceptive kind of characters or things like that. So to me, this isn't something I would normally take, but there's some cool options in here. And so let's get into them. Let's look at the first level feat. The very first one is Callow May. Your mother was a sea hag, granting you one sea, green, or blue eye. You find comfort both in the sea and on the shore. Whenever you roll a success on an athletics check to swim, you get a critical success instead. If you end your turn in water without having succeeded at a swim action that round, you don't sink, but you might still be moved by the current. That could be a good one. Again, it's all like most things in Pathfinder 2nd Edition, it's very situational. There's some cool flavor there. I don't know about wanting a mother that was a sea hag. I don't think I would ever really want that as my backstory. But, there might be people out there who like that idea. The second first level feat is Callow May. You are among the most common of changelings, those born to green hags, and a vibrant green eye signify that parentage. Your mother's manipulative nature and versatile voice gives you an edge when deceiving others. You gain the Charming Liar skill feat. If you roll deception for initiative, foes in that combat encounter that haven't acted yet are flat-footed against you. So I really like this one. It does say it's the most common among changelings, and it's one of the more powerful things I think you can have. It's giving you that flat-footed benefit against anyone, that hasn't acted yet. That's a big deal. Again, this is one of those things that's going to give you a better chance to crit and things like that. So I love this one. The third one is Changeling Lore, just like all other lores for the heritages. You gain a proficiency rank in deception and occultism. Also aware of your true nature, you've studied hags and their powers. If you would automatically become trained in one of those skills from your background or class, for example, you instead become trained in a skill of your choice. You also become trained in Hag Lore. So deception and occultism, I think, are pretty good, especially if you later on pair up this deception with the Callow May feat, for that flat-footedness. I think those mesh really well together. Plus, Hag Lore might be useful, especially, depending on what's going on in your campaigns. I would hope if I'm playing a changeling and taking these kinds of feats that my game master is going to incorporate, hags into the game, just to kind of mess with me. I think that would be awesome. The next feat is Dream May. You are the child of a night hag, making one of your eyes violet or even black. Your mother's powers over sleep and dreams have given you a degree of resistance to those effects, granting you a +2 circumstance bonus to all saving throws against sleep effects and effects that cause or alter dreams. In addition, sleep is more restorative for you. You regain hit points equal to your con mod times double your level instead of just times your level. And you reduce any drained and doomed conditions you have by 2 instead of 1. This is another one that I think is really good. Being able to, regain your hit points and stuff on a rest like that. Extremely beneficial. Hag Claws. When you came of age, your fingernails grew long and sharp. You gain a claw unarmed attack that deals 1d4 slashing damage. Your claws are in the brawling group and have the agile, finesse, and unarmed traits. Special. Hag Claws can develop at any point in a changeling's life, allowing you to select this feat anytime you would gain an ancestry feat. But once you've selected it, you can't retrain out of it. It's a good one. I don't like rolling d4s. If this was a d6, I'd be way more for it just because I hate rolling d4s. I will avoid spells and weapons because I hate rolling d4s. Just a personal thing. Maybe I just need to buy a d8 or a d12 that repeats 1 through 4. I don't know. But I hate anything that uses a d4. The next one is Hag's Sight. You've nurtured the supernatural abilities gifted by your hag mother, particularly your sight. You gain dark vision. Always a good one, right? Anytime you can get dark vision, good to go. Next one is Slag May. Your mother was an Annis hag, known for physical prowess, and you have 1 violet or steel gray eye. You have thick, sturdy claws made of cold iron that grow naturally from your body. You gain a claw unarmed attack that deals 1d6 slashing damage. Your claws are from the brawling group, have the unarmed and grapple traits, and are cold iron. Again, love this one. This is not a d4. You are missing out on the agile and finesse traits. So again, this isn't going to pair as well with certain classes. But if you want claws and you are happy with the d6 slashing damage, then this is the right one for you. This is more in line for what I would probably choose. That brings us to the 5th level feats. The first one is Called. You have heard the call, and in constantly resisting that persistent demand, you've developed a mental bulwark against effects that would target your mind. You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to will saving throws against mental effects. If you roll a success on your saving throw against a mental effect that would make you controlled, you get a critical success instead. So this could be a big deal, having that ability to resist mental effects. Criticals are always great. So again, I like this one. I don't know if it's worth a 5th level feat, but it's not bad. For me, I would really have to have a concept that this fits, I think, to really want to choose it. The next one is Mist Child. You blend in with unnatural subtlety. When you are concealed or hidden, increase the DC of the flat check to target you to 6 if you're concealed, or 12 if you're hidden. This one is way more beneficial in my opinion than Called, and I could definitely see using this for multiple builds. 9th level, Accursed Claws. Your claws carry your mother's hag magic. When you critically hit with a claw strike, the target takes an additional 1d4 persistent mental damage. This one's great. Pair this up with one of the other claw attacks, you're good to go. It says the claw unarmed attack has to be the prerequisite though. So that could be either one of the previous ones. That could be the Slag May or the Hag Claws. So both of those will work for it. I love it though. Persistent mental damage from a claw attack is awesome. The next one is Occult Resistance. Your study of occult practices has shown you how to best defend against them. You gain a +1 circumstance bonus to all saving throws against occult effects. That's not bad. I mean, it is only a +1, but and it's very situational, but I think this is not bad. I would definitely take this one. The last one is a 13th level feat called Hag Magic. Through your heritage, you can replicate some of the hag's magic. Choose one common spell of 4th level or lower from those available to a coven, including the spells contributed to a coven by a hag of your mother's type. You can cast this spell once per day as a 4th level occult innate spell. Spells available to all covens are Augury, Charm, Clairvoyance, Dream Message, and Illusory Disguise. The eligible spells granted to the most prominent types of hag are Sea Hag, Acid Arrow, Water Walk, Green Hag, Entangle, Outcast Curse, Wall of Thorns, Annis Hag, Earthbind, and Night Hag, Nightmare. So this is, again, a pretty good one. I love that you can get some spells later on just from your heritage, and all the spells are really useful. So again, I love this. I think a Changeling is really cool. I would love to pair it up with a few different ancestries for different builds. And again, I would love to play a changeling, to be honest. It's not something I normally would play. I probably wouldn't do the, you know, worry about making like a deceptive character. I'd probably go for it if I was playing a rogue. Might go for it if I'm trying to play like a chaotic fighter, or, you know, maybe even a chaotic sorcerer of some sort. I think that might be really cool. I think that would lend itself to explaining some of your magical abilities and things like that. You know, having the hag background and stuff. So again, I think some of these would be really awesome with that, like adding the claws. I really like that persistent D4 damage. That to me is a big selling point and would probably make me consider going like Slag May, so I get the 1d6 slashing damage, but then get that on top of it. That would be cool. So yeah, I don't know. What about you? What kind of classes would you want to play with this? Maybe some backgrounds. What backgrounds would you consider pairing up with it for that class? Would love to hear about it. What would your main ancestry be? Again, you can choose any ancestry to pile on the changeling on top of it. So what would you choose? I would love to hear your thoughts below. If this is your first time here, be sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like. And we will see you guys next time. This is Master of the Game. I am Juice. Game on.